This is my presentation on traps and guerrilla tactics by Phoenix. Me, blah blah blah. Booby traps. Booby traps were used in the Vietnam War. They were easy to make and cheaper than mines. Booby traps were used mostly in the Viet Cong. By the Viet Cong, these traps slowed U.S. troops and allowed Viet Cong to escape. And also, these traps were also used to just really be annoying after U.S. troops captured a certain point or position. They'd lay a bunch of these traps down, and it'd just be really annoying for the American troops and pretty much slowing their whole process of taking over a little area, allowing Viet Cong troops to, mobilize and hopefully get that area back. We're going to talk about these traps and how they helped and how they were made, etc. Blah blah blah. Trap number one, punji trap. The punji trap is the most common trap. The punji spikes are sharpened bamboo, wood, metal, whatever they could find. They just put it together and they would dig it out. They would dig it out in a hole. They were mostly made to maim, harm, give infections to U.S. soldiers if they stepped or accidentally slipped and cut themselves on it. Yes, they could get impaled and die on these. Obviously, we're put in. They were put in dirt holes, or holes dug in tunnels that the Viet Cong used to move through. And these spikes were also covered in feces or toxic plants to, rapidly increase infection on these spikes. And here we got a picture of those spikes. That's a little picture. I wish we could see more of the detail, but I also stole this, so I don't think it's good that I show it. Trap number two, tripwire grenades. These traps made from wire and explosive rig, either as this one as you see this can and a grenade rigged together, and if like a patrol was walking by, a U.S. patrol was walking by, and they somehow just come across this, trip on it, the whole team. Of course, the guy that trips it, he's gonna be in a lot of trouble, but the other guys are gonna be hit by the shrapnel, by the can, and these grenades that they just shoot out. The grenade, or it was just some explosive that they put, and it just trigger a big explosion. The grenades, I mean, these were just part of just being annoying and slowing down patrol parties to give Viet Cong openings to strike on military bases, military cargo, or seize control of an area using these type of things. Trap number three, bamboo whip trap. The bamboo whip trap was made from the tension of bamboo and was armed with spikes when cut loose or set loose, whatever. However, they set it, probably tied to a string, and they cut the string. And it smack and get hit in the face. It's like, holding back a piece of bamboo and smacking your friend in the face with it. This was used when Viet Cong soldiers were getting chased, probably when they were getting chased, they just cut a bunch of these and just smack, just smack, and everyone just be in complete pain or out of it, just like, it helped them, they were easily outnumbered. They could use this to fight other, you know, multiple groups of enemies off. Not multiple groups, but multiple enemies off at once. But probably. Mm, no, this isn't my favorite. This one's my favorite. Yeah, by far. This one's got to be the rattiest trap. Trap number four is the cartridge trap. The, the cartridge trap was a bullet put in the ground or under a plank, whatever it was, wherever it was at the time, with something to set off the primer. They put like a little pin or a nail at the bottom, a little thumbtack, and when stepped on like the board or a piece of like leaf or something, they'd probably do like wood. It'd be like a box and it'd have like cartridges. If you stepped on that, yeah, just go right into your foot, and maybe if they got that bullet was lucky enough, it would go straight through your foot and right into your face. But you know, you would have to be really lucky. But your foot would be messed up, especially if it's a shotgun shell, completely gone. On wood, hit. I did not spell. It's supposed to be WOOD. Hold up, that's my ADHD hitting. Hit the person, food, leaving what person's foot, not food, leaving them wounded. These traps were often set when places were captured. This was also like the another trap that I didn't cover is the flagpole trap. We also learned this, and Miss Bryce also told us about this. But you know, they attach explosive or arm explosive, and when someone would go get the the flag as like a trophy or something, it would blow up, and that guy would get blown up, or a group of guys would get blown up. But yeah, this was ratty, and this probably one. Well, they all suck, but this one's gotta suck because you're not gonna have a foot the whole entirety of the war. And the closing, all these traps served multiple purposes: slowing, ambushing, and allowing Viet Cong to slightly get a higher advantage than the more powerful force that they were going against. Just to be annoying and keep the enemies on edge the whole war, combined with hit and run tactics, made the Vietnam War one of the hardest wars the U.S. has ever fought by. Oh my God, the hardest war fought by Americans. Fought for Americans. Yeah, that's it. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it.